Get off my fucking TV, especially Eva Marie. All you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. And what the fuck are we gonna do on Wednesday nights, man? What are we going to do on Wednesday nights? Cruiserweight Classic is gone. 10 weeks of brilliance. No more. Now we just have NXT. What are we going to do, man? I don't know. I went live on YouTube.com for my Cruiserweight Classic review of the finals. TJ Perkins versus Kota Ibushi was a masterpiece. TJP went on to beat Gran Metalik in the finals. He's crowned the first Cruiserweight champion. It was great. People in the comment section, JD, you said you have Verizon. Well, I don't know if you knew this, but the El Rey network was just added to Verizon in July. Guess who's going to be watching Lucha Underground, motherfucker, on Wednesday nights? That's right. This guy is going to be watching Lucha Underground. And from what you guys are telling me, I should have a grand old fucking time on Wednesdays with Lucha Underground and NXT. But what are we going to do, man? I was worried that I was going to have to go to Sam's Club or Price Club and go get mountains and fucking year-long supplies of bleach to last me until next summer, 2017, when the second annual Cruiserweight Classic comes around. Because if I have to watch Monday Night Raw in its current state throughout the fucking winter, I just might pour myself a shot of bleach for every hour that show airs on television, and I didn't want to do that. Man. I don't like bleach on the rocks. Some of you do. I wouldn't mind serving you half of you anyway, bleach on the rocks, but I didn't want to do that to myself, bro. I didn't want to do that. Now, there's only one thing. We do have Smackdown still. Smackdown's okay. Smackdown's better than Raw. But the Cruiserweight Classic, man, with that being absent, I'm worried. I'm worried that there's not going to be anything to bring us down to normal levels. I'm worried that we're not going to have anything that's going to really open our eyes and say, you know what? This is fucking wrestling, bro. This is wrestling. The only other thing that's been consistent, the only other thing that is always been consistent. It's one thing I never have to worry about. I don't got to worry about it ever. Every week, it delivers the goods. Every week, it leaves me smiling. Every week, it just leaves me with fucking pleasure and happiness. Every week, only one thing is said about that. And is not only the number one fucking podcast on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, Audio Boom, and Google Play fucking Music. But this is the number one fucking podcast right here on YouTube.com. This is Off the Script. Thank you guys so much for joining me this weekend. If you're watching on YouTube, it's fucking Friday. If you're watching me or listening to me on Sunday, iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, Audio Boom, Google Play Music, man. You guys know the podcast goes up at the very end of the weekend. So you guys over there are listening to me for the first time, or second time, or third time, no matter how many fucking times you guys watch me. I don't know. But the audio version of the podcast goes up on Sunday night. But thank you guys so much for everything you guys do right here on this very show, man. Without you, this show is not the way it is. And what a week, man. The Cruiserweight Classic. I will talk about that a little bit more in depth solo. I know me and Joe did it on Wednesday. I'll talk about that as a iTunes Podbean exclusive. If you guys want to, listen to me over there, I'll differentiate the shows a little bit, but I'm trying to pretty much make them all very similar. It's very easy for me to do it that way. So I'll talk about the Cruiserweight Classic over there on iTunes. I'll also talk about Delete or Decay. I have not talked about that here on this very channel, because I was in Atlantic City when it happened. I was there watching the CM Punk massacre. We'll also talk about that as well. People are still asking me to talk about that and give my thoughts. There's really not much I can talk about CM Punk, man. It's yesterday's fucking news. It's over and done with. The guy fucking went in there. He trained for 2 years, and they used him as a business equity, and that's all they did. They used Punk's name. Punk got some money out of it. That's it. He went in there, lasted 2 minutes and 14 seconds, and that is it, man. He lasted longer than most people thought he would, and he made $500,000, and he got home to his wife to tend to his ailing injury. So that's all that was, man. So we will talk about that stuff a little bit on the iTunes podcast. So if you guys want to listen to that, just make sure you listen on Sunday via those platforms. So thank you guys for that. We got a big show. We got a big show this week, and we're going to start off with the fucking hottest rumors of the fucking week. And again, we're talking about the Shield. We're talking about the Shield being reformed, probably by Survivor Series or the Royal Rumble, is what the rumblings are saying right now. So we'll talk about that, and also the reason why I think they really do need to bring the Shield back and form the Shield once again, because the ratings for Monday Night Raw hit all-time lows for a non-holiday and the start of Monday Night Football on ESPN, man. Absolutely disgusting ratings for WWE. We will talk about that as well. But let me get into my typical stuff, guys. I do have an unboxing as well for you guys right here on YouTube. We're going to do Wrestle Crate. We'll talk about that in a second. But if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, at JD from NY206. I tweet Monday, Tuesday, and now I will be continuing my tweet barrage on Wednesday with NXT and Lucha Underground. So make sure you guys watch that with me as well, at JD from NY206. If you guys want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, I have no fucking idea what you're waiting for, man. Same thing, JD from NY206. If you guys want to support this podcast, and I'm proud to say the t-shirts that you guys have pledged for will be going out this coming week. I've been lazy with it. I've been a fucking goon about it. Thank you guys for your patience. And anybody that's pledged $25 or more will be getting your t-shirt. Gonna roll them out slowly, so make sure you guys look out for your mail. I'll let you guys know who I send it to, when I send it, and when you should be getting it via barber shop window. So thank you guys for that. Okay, if you guys want to pledge your own, it's not an obligation, man. It's up to you guys because you love the show and you love what I do and you want to support me and what I do here. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. Read the mission statement on there. And this coming fall, I have something so special for you guys as far as a reward goes, man. We're going to be doing the new tier in which only patrons can get it. Anybody that is a patron who wants to up their pledge, anybody that's a new patron who wants to automatically pledge for this tier, I don't know what it's going to be yet, but you are going to get something that is so unique and so special to us here at Team JD, and for my Patreons, the JD Club exclusive t-shirt you will not find anywhere. You guys love the Bullet Club logo, the original Bullet Club logo. Just imagine that revisioned as the JD Club, man. My buddy Blinded Fate on Twitter, one of my loyal subscribers, made this design, and it's going to be fucking epic, man. Plus, you get early access to everything. Like this podcast goes up early for you guys when I have the time and when it's rendered completely. Patreon's the place to be, man. If you guys want to support, patreon.com/JD from NY206. Or if you guys don't want to do that and you want to go out and buy a t-shirt on your own, man, barbershopwindow.com. All you guys got to do is go to barbershopwindow.com. We are an official partner of Barbershop Window. And go to the search bar up top on the homepage and type in Off the Script. You're going to see us there. The shop is going to pop up. You got 6 different fucking designs to choose from. The 4 Get Off My TV designs, version 4. You got Roman Reigns, Eva Marie, Big Show, and then the 4 Goons. Ryback, Braun Strowman, Kane, and Big Show all on one shirt. You got the Goon City t-shirt, and you got the gray Off the Script logo shirt, the original shirt that started it all, man. $19.99. They ship worldwide, so no matter where you are, you guys can get a t-shirt, and they are of exceptional quality. So make sure you guys go check that out. My friends over at WrestleCrate.com, we're going to talk about them in a second. WrestleCrate.com and on Twitter at WrestleCrates. Use the coupon code JDSENTME for an instant 10% off. Also, if you guys want to check out and investigate the new WWE-themed Slam Crate by LootCrate.com, this is a WWE-issued product. And if you guys want to directly help this show out, I'm going to leave you guys a link in the description of this YouTube video, as well as on iTunes and Podbean. If you guys want to go check out the link, you go to that direct link and you go to sign up for this WWE Slam Crate. At checkout, I'm going to save you money, man. 10% off using the code JD from NY. Bi-monthly, you're going to save yourself some money, and you guys know this is going to be epic because it is a WWE-themed product. Issued product by World Wrestling Entertainment. You guys know for the first crate, they are going to go all out. So make sure you guys go check that out and help us and use our link for that to save yourself 10% off. And my friends over at Wrestle Rumble, my buddy Matt over at Wrestle Rumble that runs that entire operation, they are big supporters of this podcast. I want to let you guys know they are going to be back doing the WWE Wrestle Rumble Clash of the Champions Pick'em. So go to WrestleRumble.com and make sure you guys look out for that. Entries will be up and running very, very soon for Clash of the Champions. If you guys want to win some fucking prize money and put your knowledge to the test, man. I didn't do so well, man. I got a lot of winners right on Backlash, but there's just too many beasts playing this pick'em thing by Wrestle Rumble, man. So make sure you guys continue to check WrestleRumble.com within the week. They are going to put up the Clash of the Champions entry form, so make sure you guys go check that out. Now, what we're going to do here, man, on Off the Script YouTube is we're going to do a unboxing. And I got my Wrestle Crate right behind me. Finally, I walked out to go see my little baby Bailey over my mom's house. And we got the Wrestle Crate here. WrestleCrate.com, man. You guys know the deal. WrestleCrate.com and on Twitter at WrestleCrates. JD sent me. I want to thank my buddy Ed Allen who runs this entire operation. He's a fucking beast. And I don't know what it is with fucking New York Postal Service, man. These guys are legit fucking aides in getting me my mail and merchandise. This thing came way too late, bro. Way too late. I don't know what the fuck happened, but it is here, and we're going to do an unboxing. And let me get myself comfortable here, man. I didn't look at this yet, and we're going to open this. There's no Funko, man. I thought there was a fucking Funko in here, man. I've been obsessed with the fucking Funkos. I want a Seth Rollins Funko or an Eva Marie. Believe it or not, I want an Eva Marie Funko. So, it smells like cigarettes, bro. What's going over there? Oh, what's going on over there, Ed? You smoking, bro? Jesus Christ, it smells like fucking cigarettes. Anyway, what do we got here? This one is a baby blue. I don't wear baby blue. We got, it looks like a fucking lantern. I don't know what this is, man. Followed Bray Wyatt, I'm assuming. It looks like fucking Bray Wyatt's lantern. I don't know, man. I don't wear baby blue. Baby blue's not my color, man. I don't wear blue. I don't wear white. I don't wear red. I don't wear purple. Okay? I wear business purple, but not purple. Alright? But the only red I have, really, is Justin LaBar's t-shirt, because it's a great-looking shirt, and Justin's like fucking family, man. He's a beast. So, I had to go out and support him and buy the t-shirt from ProWrestlingTees.com. Justin LaBar on Pro Wrestling Tees. What do we got here, man? Ah, this is the Wrestle Crate exclusive, I see. It's got the Wrestle Crate logo on the side there. Made in out of nowhere, USA, Viperville, man. Look at that. Oh, yeah. And you got the Wrestle Crate logo right there on the side. You guys see that? That's fucking beast, dude. I'll wear that out. I'll wear that out for sure. Viperville, man. Look at that. That's a WrestleCrate.com exclusive right there. That's the exclusive they were talking about. There should be 2 more exclusives in the upcoming crates for October and September. So we'll see what happens with that. Bro, what is this? What is this, man? Why do I have a mini mouse pad? Is this Hornswoggle's fucking mouse pad? Is that Roman Reigns fucking slamming his fist down? That's where that goes. Give me a break, bro. DVD. Probably not going to be watching this. Sam's Town Live, Las Vegas, Nevada, February 26, 2016. Ring of Honor. 14th anniversary, I'm assuming. On the back here, you got the fucking glare. You got the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega there, the cleaner himself. What do we got on this fucking DVD? Main event, World Championship, Lethal, O'Reilly, and Cole. You got the War Machine versus All Night Express for the Tag Team Championships, no DQ. The Bullet Club, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus ACH, Matt Sydal, and Kushida. Maybe I'll watch that, man. Maybe I'll watch that. Okada, the Rainmaker versus Moose. The Briscoes versus Michael Elgin and Tanahashi. Sounds like a damn good fucking pay-per-view, man. Maybe I'll watch this instead of just keeping it in the plastic like I usually do. Dalton Castle versus Goto. BJ Whitmer versus Adam Page. Ishii versus Strong versus Bobby Fish. Ring of Honor. DVD, man. That's the shit you get in WrestleCrate. That alone is probably a $20 DVD. What do we got here, man? Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, what is with this crate? What is with this crate? If I could get this out. Maybe I shouldn't be showing you. I can't even fucking get it out. Arya Daivari. One of the guys in the Cruiserweight Classic. He was alright. Nothing special, but he was alright. As soon as I get my own room, I'm going to be framing all those. This is the one that was a little bit controversial for WrestleCrate. Whatever. Vince Russo. Autographed Vince Russo photo. Bro, let me tell you something about this photograph, bro. I was in WCW, bro. I was calling Hogan out, bro. The pen that I used on this piece of paper, bro. Hogan was fucking trying to stab me in the eye with it, bro. It didn't work back then, but I still had it. I used it, and it worked great on this photograph, bro. You see that microphone in my hand, bro? I look like I'm in charge, bro. I was the best at what I did, bro. The best. Okay? Look at my beard, bro. Look at the way I look here, man. I look like a creative writer here, bro. I don't know. There you go. Vince Russo. Vince Russo and JD's impression of Vince Russo. There you got it, man. WrestleCrate.com. On Twitter at WrestleCrates. And go visit them. JD sent me for an instant 10% off. To be honest with you, that crate really wasn't all that. I've seen better. Hopefully they do a little bit better for September's crate, which hopefully should be here by the end of the month. This one came late. I don't know what the fuck happened with this, but you guys got your unboxing, and there you have it. Now, let's get into the news, and being that my computer is a piece of shit, I do not have the news readily available in front of me. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Let me sign into my fucking notepad here. And there you go. I got my fucking news. I got my news. Let's talk about it here. We got it here. Big backstage talk of reuniting the Shield at upcoming pay-per-views. And what is being widely considered the last great heel turn that we've seen in the WWE. Seth Rollins turned his back on his partners by attacking Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose with a chair the night after Payback in 2014. After being billed as the architect responsible for building the Shield, he deconstructed the Shield to join Triple H and the Authority, giving all three former members the opportunity to shine as singles competitors for the first time on the main roster. Ever since the Shield was dissolved, fans have clamored for a triple threat collision pitting Rollins, Reigns, and Ambrose against each other on the grand stage of a marquee pay-per-view. WWE could have done that at SummerSlam, but they wanted to get rush with the WWE draft, and we got it at Battleground instead, and it really didn't live up to expectation. It was here and then gone just as fast. Most of that build only included Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins because Roman Reigns was being suspended for Adderall in his system for 30 days. He came back 4 days before the pay-per-view, and he was not part of the build whatsoever. When it finally happened at this year's Battleground, it's still left a lot to be desired due to the fact that Reigns sat out the entire promotional build-up because of a suspension he received for violating WWE's wellness policy. Meanwhile, the brand extension landed Reigns and Rollins on Monday Night Raw, and Ambrose was shipped off to Smackdown. It marked the first time in almost 4 years that the threesome wasn't at least performing on the same show. And even when the opportunity presented itself, with the brands combining for SummerSlam, all three were kept apart for their individual singles matches. However, this may not be the case the next time the situation arises. Now, this is via the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter. There have been internal discussions centered around the idea of reuniting the Shield once again. It should be noted that the reunion would only be booked as a one-night deal, most likely taking place at an upcoming dual-branded pay-per-view like Survivor Series or the Royal Rumble. There have been no plans to trade Reigns, Rollins, or Ambrose to the other show, so the expectation would be that the former Shield brothers would collaborate in a big spot at ringside, or at the very least, in a backstage segment. Fuck that noise. If you're going to bring this back for one night only, you're going to make it fucking worthwhile. You're going to make the fans buy this pay-per-view. You're going to make the fans become invested in this pay-per-view. And you're going to book these guys in a match that's going to reunite them for one night only. And it's going to be for the good cause of the WWE and Monday Night Raw. Because of some internal struggle that justice needs to be served. That's what you have to do. A backstage segment? Who gives a fuck about a backstage segment? You got these guys in the same building, in the same arena, in the same ring. You need to go all out and give us something that is intriguing and going to hold people's interests. Because of what happened this past Monday, and the Raw ratings sank lower than ever for a non-holiday thanks to Monday Night Football, WWE needs to come up with a storyline. WWE needs to come up with something controversial, something groundbreaking, something monumental that is going to shake the foundation, at least just for a little bit, within WWE, because right now, nobody is watching. And I'll go over the ratings numbers after this, because I figured this would be the top story for this show this weekend, and then I'll go right into the ratings, because it goes hand in hand, bro. It really does. They need something big to happen in this company, because right now, nobody gives a flying fuck about what is going on in the WWE. Nothing right now. They got absolutely no momentum. It's a dead fucking brand, Monday Night Raw. And I hope the cruiserweights can go in there and give them a fucking shot of adrenaline that they need. But our concern is, are Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn going to treat these guys like Triple H and William Regal did for 10 weeks? Or are they going to suffer the WWE main roster fate? 3 to 5 minute matches, no storylines, and rush, 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 get them out of the ring. Let's get Roman back in the ring. Can't have that happen. We need something to make Monday Night Raw feel special again. We need something to make Monday Night Raw intriguing again. And I mean on a consistent fucking basis. Getting the Shield back is definitely going to be that one thing. And I mean back in a big way. Whether it's bring back War Games for Survivor Series, 3 against 3, some internal struggle where they come in and they need to just join forces and do what they did back during the 2013-2014 years, man. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. And there's good that comes along with that as well. A lot of good comes along with that. Rollins is turning babyface. He's going to be marked for a babyface run. And I said this a couple of weeks ago. I've been saying this for weeks now. Roman Reigns, by association, standing next to Dean Ambrose, who's still slightly over, you know, with his mixed reaction lately. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But with Rollins turning babyface, Roman Reigns is going to look good by association because he's with those guys. You know? If everybody loves Rollins and Ambrose, maybe they'll start cheering Roman Reigns. So I like that just based on that fact alone. And you know WWE wants any way possible to get Roman Reigns cheered the way they want him. They don't want him going out there getting fucking booed every night. That's their man. That's going to be their man. Whether we like it or not, that is going to be their man. So you might as well give him and give them the best opportunity to be over. Roman Reigns' best opportunity to be legit over naturally is by putting him with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, for sure, okay? Continuing on with this storyline. It happened at Battleground. There was a lot to be desired due to the fact that Reigns sat out the entire fucking feud. We know that. Meanwhile, the brand extension landed Reigns and Rollins on Monday Night Raw. Ambrose was on Smackdown. It marked the first time in 4 years that the threesome wasn't at least performing on the same show. And even when the opportunity presented itself with the brands combining for SummerSlam, they were all kept apart. However, this may not be the case now. Wrestling Observer states that Royal Rumble and Survivor Series are the two pay-per-views. There's been no plans to trade Roman Reigns or Ambrose or Rollins to the other show. So the expectation would be that the former Shield brothers would collaborate in a big spot or backstage segment. The reason for the talks is because all three are now working as baby faces, even though there remains quite a bit of backlash directed at Roman Reigns, and Rollins is still in the process of fully completing his face turn. In addition, Ambrose made some inroads into turning heel this week by attacking John Cena. I mean, attacking John Cena is not really going to make you heel. More likely, it's going to make him be cheered, because there's a lot more people that dislike John Cena than like him on WWE television. So he attacked John Cena after their main event on SmackDown, and the move was received as such as a traditional smart mark audience in Philadelphia. They cheered him. They cheered dirty deeds on John Cena, so obviously I wouldn't really take that as all too much. There have been two specific instances of WWE teasing a reformation of the Shield since the stable broke up. The main event of last year's Payback featured all three members, along with Randy Orton in a fatal four-way for Rollins' WWE Championship match. That was actually a great match. The guys from the Shield team up to perform their signature triple powerbomb on Orton. Through the announce table, Rollins, the heel, wanted the partnership to continue, but the babyfaces Reigns and Ambrose did not allow it to last long. Then in October of last year, the Shield's rivalry with the Wyatt family was renewed for one night as the factions battled in the main event. That night's Raw was also featured by Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker in what was a massive effort to boost ratings heading into Hell in a Cell. The Shield reuniting of this year's Survivor Series would certainly be poetic considering the memorable debut that they had. Ever since the brands were split, there have been numerous conversations about booking cross-promotional matches or segments at the four major pay-per-views. That notion was kickstarted at SummerSlam when Brock Lesnar of Raw faced SmackDown's Randy Orton. A Shield mini reunion would certainly add intrigue to whichever show WWE chooses for a Shield reconciliation. It needs to happen, man. It honestly needs to fucking happen. And the reason why it needs to happen is because of everything that I just previously mentioned. And more importantly, the ratings are slipping from Monday Night Raw. They hit record lows. People were making ridiculous rumors about WWE being canceled off the USA Network. That will never happen. That will never happen, okay? If you guys really want to understand this, I'm not the guy to listen to this about. I really don't know the ins and outs of a television deal and, advertising rights and all this shit. All I know is that the ratings, no matter how WWE puts it, they do it in some kayfabe fashion between Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Vince McMahon will come out and say publicly at these fucking board meetings, the ratings don't really matter nowadays. Of course they matter. I may not know everything that's going on with the ratings or why they are so important, but I do know that they matter. They matter for the WWE. Because I know they didn't get all the money that they wanted with this deal for USA, which I'm assuming is going through at least 2018, up until 2019. So we got, coming up, 2017, we got 2.5 years of 3-hour Monday Night Raws. And WWE has accommodated USA Network in such a way that they completely altered their fucking product to shake things up. And I know for a fact that USA Network has shot ideas at WWE to boost the ratings because they're the ones in charge. Monday Night Raw right now has absolutely no leverage. They literally are sinking right now with the ratings. So you're going to be doing whatever USA wants you to do. And I know there was a report out there that USA wanted the brand split to happen. USA wanted Smackdown to be live on Tuesdays because they want a jump in the rating. They want to do whatever they can to get some momentum in the WWE. But when you got USA Network fucking giving orders to Vince McMahon about how he should be running his shows and what they need to be doing based on what USA wants, that's not the way you got to operate business, man. I know for a fact that's not the way you got to operate business. But Monday Night Raw, their ratings have continued their long, steady decline, and it appears they may be reaching a point of no return. So this is why I said the Shield coming back needs to happen, man. A lot more people than not want to see this happen. And if it's booked correctly in a controversial fashion and gives us a legitimate reason as to why they all are coming back and reconciliation is going to happen, reconciling their differences, it's got to be for the greater good of the company. There has to be some internal struggle there. This is why Triple H's role needs to be stated on WWE television. We just came out of Kevin Owens winning the WWE Universal Championship, and we don't know why Kevin Owens won the title because of Triple H's actions. Triple H hasn't said a goddamn thing. Is he trying to take over Monday Night Raw? Is he infiltrating Monday Night Raw with young, youthful talent from NXT? Why did he do what he did? We didn't get any explanation about this. And I don't think we're going to be getting any explanation until at least Clash of the Champions or that Monday Night Raw to follow. But 4 weeks have gone by with build, and we haven't heard anything. Kevin Owens won the title, he was given the title, and he's booked in a match with Seth Rollins. But where is Triple H? Why isn't Roman Reigns wanting revenge against Triple H? Seth Rollins is the only one who seems to be wanting revenge against Triple H. You know, Stephanie thinks he thinks Stephanie fucked him over. How could you do this? He knew Triple H was going to do this. Even at that point, Seth Rollins really hasn't gone out of his way to say, I want Triple H. Triple H needs to answer me. Why did he do what he did? We go so back. We go way back. I did so much for him. I was the man that he counted on to run this company. I put this company on my back. We haven't gotten any of that. And this is why the ratings are fucking falling. There's too many logic holes. WWE, it's like they're walking in a fucking forest and they fall right into a bear trap. They can't get out. Takes them weeks to get out and fucking say, oh, yeah, we'll do this. Let's make sense of this. And then they get right back on the road, fall into another fucking pit. They don't know what they're doing. There is no consistency. Too many logic holes. Nothing makes sense. They treat their fans like a bunch of fucking retards. But the ratings, all I know is the ratings have been going down. And with Monday Night Football, it was expected that the ratings would be the worst they've been all year. For the longest time, Raw ratings have languished in the 3 million average viewer range. No more. In the second edition, since Kevin Owens captured the WWE Universal Championship, the brand has gone and done something unprecedented in this century. It hit less than 3 million viewers on both the 3-hour average and the hour-to-hour totals. According to WrestleView, the September 12th edition of WWE's flagship show drew an average of 2.7 million viewers across all 3 hours. Programming is going down. The hour-to-hour breakdown went like this. Hour 1, 2.83 million viewers, down from 3.35 million viewers on the September 5th edition. 2.7 million viewers, down from 3.06 million viewers the last week. And this hour 3, 2.5 million viewers, down from 2.7 million viewers. That is bad. That third hour almost always kills WWE Raw. Not only does it make the show drag, not only does WWE have to book creatively for 3 hours, so much filler goes into these shows. So much filler needs to go into these shows because they don't know what else to do. I don't understand why this is so difficult. Do you see how Smackdown flows? Do you see Smackdown this past Tuesday, how great it flowed? The 2 hours, it was over just like that. And when you know the show goes that fast, you know you're watching a good show. Not only that, when you got a 2.8 and a 2.7 and then you got a 2.5, the 2.5 is automatically going to bring the overall rating down because it's always going to be the lowest fucking number out of the first and second hours. So by default, your ratings are going to be lower than they should be because of that third hour. Nobody watches the third fucking hour because it's always the worst. And on top of that, people are already falling asleep by the third hour because there's been nothing but fucking repetitive, stale, boring, generic filler garbage on the first 2 hours. It's never consistent. That third hour is a killer. It kills them creatively, it kills the audience, it kills the people watching at home, and it kills the overall number the show should be doing. 2.5 is going to bring the overall number down from where it should be. If you minus that third hour, you're looking at a 2.8, 2.9 rating every single week, possibly 3 or higher, if WWE has a great week. Third hour sucks. We know this. Got to get rid of it. Their deal is for money and advertising rights. Who gives a fuck? You're risking your product. You'll make the money back somehow. They made the most money they did in the history of this company this year. Having that extra income from USA Network, what is it going to do? Honestly, what is it going to do? Nothing. They'll make it back somehow. Pay-per-view, raise the network prices, something. Merchandise. Get rid of this third hour. Get rid of this third hour. If Monday Night Raw was 2 hours, I don't think any of us, well, some weeks, I don't think any of us would be complaining as much as we do now. That's where it lies. That third hour is awful. Well, there is some indication that WWE is not as hung up on Raw ratings as they used to be. What with the WWE Network now and other funding streams separate and apart from the deal the company has with the broadcast partner USA Network, the ratings are still being used in kayfabe as a point of contention and controversy and, war, I would say, between Raw and Smackdown. It's unlikely the company is happy with these new numbers, but what does it mean for the long-term future of Monday Night Raw? For starters, it means Raw ratings may push the WWE flagship to a new channel. Maybe USA just says, fuck it, I'm not re-signing these guys. That may not happen anytime soon since USA still sees value in the WWE brand, but with the unending drop in viewership, there will be a critical mass point where USA has to pose the what's in it for me question. The cable channel depends on viewership for advertising dollars, and with WWE cannibalizing their own audience, blame Monday Night Raw, it will continue to play on USA's bottom line. Considering that A&E canceled Longmire for having twice the viewership Raw does now, it's not outside the realm of possibility that USA reconsiders their relationship in the next few years, especially if Raw ratings continue to tank. USA will see the drop in viewership as bargaining power to land a better deal in the next round of negotiations when the current contract expires between them and the USA Network. WWE, however, may not be willing to give ground if they can get something comparable from another cable channel while continuing to funnel their customers into the WWE Network product. Wrestling fans are already at a point where they're feeling the effects of content saturation with 2 brands, 2 monthly special events, NXT, the Cruiserweight Classic, and all other wrestling-centric programming WWE manages. Not everybody is like us, where we're going to watch Monday Night Raw, Smackdown, NXT, the Cruiserweight Classic, which just ended after 10 fucking weeks. Then you got 2 monthly pay-per-view specials in a month where there is not a major pay-per-view. So that is overkill. And then you go right back to Monday Night Raw. Raw's 3 hours, Smackdown's 2 hours, NXT is 1 hour. That is, you got 3, 5, 6 hours right there. You got pay-per-view, another 9 hours, right? And all the other shit that they got going on. You got Superstars and Main Event. There's close to 14 hours of weekly content for WWE programming. How the people who live and die by this industry and do this for a living, in the industry itself, I don't know how they watch all this content. Then they gotta watch TNA, then they gotta watch Ring of Honor, then they gotta watch Lucha Underground. It is overkill, dude. It is fucking overkill. No wonder people are tuned out from the product. It's just too much. Dave Meltzer even said it. It's too much. It makes sense why Raw ratings would not matter as much, but it could be difficult on the talent and the image of the product as a whole, since the entire shift away from television ratings isn't quite complete yet. It is unbelievably overkill. So, I don't know, man. I don't know where WWE needs to go. I don't know. At this point, I honestly don't know what they have to do. Honestly, a lot of us say, it's in creative. It's in the creative direction. It's in the storylines. They give nobody a reason to watch. That may very well be true, but I honestly think it's just more than that, dude. It is honestly more than that. WWE has done so much damage over the last 4 to 5 years that I just don't think people care anymore. They've done everything they could. The brand extension, the brand split, the fucking draft, pay-per-views, the network. Getting new talent on Monday Night Raw and Smackdown. Giving new opportunities to people that they feel people want to see. I don't know what they have to do. I honestly don't. To me, I'm of the old school, man. You write and you intrigue and you keep people watching and wanting to watch the next week. Big things need to happen. You know, big things need to happen. This is not the Attitude Era, where you had Austin and The Rock and The Undertaker and Foley and Triple H and Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart on the same fucking roster. It's not the days of old, man. The WWE has neglected some of the best talent in the world that is currently on that roster for the sake of pushing a Roman Reigns for 3 years. To get Roman Reigns over for 3 years. To get a Brock Lesnar over at $6 million a year for a part-time guy. Bringing in The Rock for WrestleMania main events, and he's not there any days out of the year. Keeping Dolph Ziggler on the shelf and not doing anything with him, and then putting him in the main event, thinking that the fans are going to care after this guy's been completely useless for 4 years now. Shit like that. It is shit like that that just bothers the fucking people who watch. And look at what NXT is doing. NXT is giving you the old school approach of how wrestling was when you and I were religiously watching it week after week as young adults, as young children. And they are giving you the product the way it should be. Monday Night Raw, they'd rather be entertaining and funny, and they'd rather put the fucking New Day out there, and Gallows and Anderson with fucking Old Day, and these cheesy segments that get nowhere, and get no laughs, and get no reaction, and they want to be in cities that generate no fucking interest. The crowd sits on their fucking hands and knees as if they're fucking zombies in The Walking Dead. WWE has done too much damage for anybody to legit care. It is going to take months and months and months to get people back caring about this show. It is going to take a WrestleMania, and they don't even do it during WrestleMania. And I'm using this as a best example because that's when WWE writes their best programming. Hasn't been for the last 2 years. They need to write WrestleMania-esque shows all year round. They have to make big things happen. They have to add controversy. They have to be like the UFC, man. There's got to be some type of adult-oriented content. What we're seeing on Monday Night Raw is nothing but fucking garbage. Garbage on Monday Night Raw. I don't know what else needs to be said about this, dude. I don't know at this point what WWE needs to do. It's sad. It really is sad, man. 1.88 for this past Monday. And you're going to blame Monday Night Football. This was coming. WWE knew Monday Night Football was coming. I don't give a shit what they were doing. You should have put on a show that was at least respectable. Then you can kind of gauge, really, is Monday Night Football really that dangerous to our show? But if you're putting on the show that you did, you're going to fucking make people go watch Monday Night Football, no matter what the fucking game is, no matter what the score is. You got to give us television. This is crunch time now. Monday Night Football is not the reason for WWE's record lows. WWE is the reason for WWE's record low ratings. Monday Night Football just pretty much solidified that. And those remaining people said, you know what? Fuck you. I'm going to go watch the game. Even though I don't give a fuck about these two teams, I'm going to watch the game. WWE is to blame for WWE's record low ratings. It's not Monday Night Football. Because they're doing this all year round. Monday Night Football you have from September to January. That's it. After that, what's the problem? What's the issue? He's still getting 2.3, 2.4. Who are you going to blame then? It's all on WWE. What do we got here? We got backstage update on Randy Orton's status following Backlash. It was previously reported that Randy Orton was unable to compete at Backlash due to not being cleared by WWE medical personnel. However, as seen at the pay-per-view, Randy Orton made an appearance at the end of the Bray Wyatt match with Kane, and he hit the Eater of Worlds, or the Eater of Pinfalls. Like some of you said, there was a crowd in the sign-up Monday Night Raw. The Eater of Pinfalls. The face of failure with an RKO. This led to Kane using a chokeslam on Bray Wyatt, thus picking up the victory. According to a report from PWInsider.com, The decision to pull Orton from the card was something that had been discussed by WWE officials over the last 7 to 10 days. Give or take 2 weeks. Kane had been ready to compete against Bray Wyatt all week, should they have to remove the Viper from the show. This was not a last-minute decision, but they went ahead and booked the angle on Smackdown anyway. Meanwhile, they probably knew then that they were going to pull Randy Orton. But they still went ahead with the fucking angle on Smackdown, making you believe that this match was actually going to happen. So why did you go ahead with it? Why did you book it with only 2 weeks of fucking build? WWE. Makes no sense. This is the shit that makes fans fucking annoyed with the product. Especially people that watch week in and week out. This was not a last minute decision. At this point, the situation with Orton appears to be related to a concussion stemming from SummerSlam. So, they sent him out there, and they wanted this thing to be as realistic as possible. They knew, sending Orton out to Brock Lesnar in that main event of SummerSlam, that something was going to happen if he was going to be busted open with the point of Lesnar's elbow to the fucking skull. No, he wasn't going to walk out of there with a concussion. No, he was going to walk out fucking floating on cloud 9, right? He's going to be fucking tippy-toeing back like a fucking fairy. Yeah, I'm good to go, Vince. I'm good. Blood dripping down his face. He got a fucking huge hole in his head. Yeah, I'm all right. Give me a break. You knew for a fact that sending Orton out in that situation, he was going to be hurt. He had not been able to pass the company's medical testing, which prevents him from taking bumps. But he delivered an RKO. And this is what I said on the fucking pay-per-view review. He delivered an RKO. So, he couldn't pass the medical testing, but he's going in there doing an RKO. Who the fuck knows if he bumps the back of his head coming down on the RKO? Or if he makes a mistake doing the RKO and him and Bray Wyatt's head clash. Clash on the way down. Collide on the way down. It's a bump. He's doing his finishing move. So if he didn't pass medical testing, why is he taking bumps? Anything can happen. I don't understand it. So, he hit an RKO at Backlash, but he was not physically involved in the match in any other way. But he still took a bump. The RKO is a bump. Don't give a fuck what you call it. It's a bump. Orton was injured during the finish of the match with Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. This came when Lesnar unleashed a violent fury of shots to the head at the conclusion of their match, causing Orton to bleed profusely all over the mat. The referee stopped the contest and awarded Lesnar the victory by TKO. There is still concern with the company that Orton's injury will put his rematch with Lesnar at a live event in September on the 24th in serious jeopardy of taking place. Should be noted that Orton was not on the road with SmackDown Live this past week, leading up to the Backlash event. Another thing I want to say about this, and this is common sense. This is common sense by anybody. WWE lives on social media. They're all over Instagram. They're all over Twitter. They're all over YouTube. They're all over Facebook. They always tout, I have so many social media followers. We got more than ESPN and CNN and Fox News and all this other bullshit, right? They live and die by social media. People have access to this shit. People have access to the websites, okay? I don't understand why they didn't put this out there 2 weeks before the match with Bray Wyatt actually happened. Would I be upset if they say Randy Orton is not able to compete due to concussion symptoms from his beatdown from Brock Lesnar? Of course I wouldn't be upset. That's something to understand easily. Somebody who is not of the fanatic that we are, who watch everything on a weekly basis, even the casual will understand that. Because they went over it 1,000 fucking times. Randy Orton cannot compete at Backlash because he has symptoms from a concussion stemming from his beatdown from Brock Lesnar. If the WWE put that out there, I think people would have been okay with it. I honestly think people would have been okay with it. And they're all over social media anyway. And I'm assuming not only the dirt sheets, but I'm assuming other big sports outlets picked up on this story. This is a big fucking story, especially if it's WWE and concussion related. So, instead of doing the right thing and putting it out there Breaking news, Orton, concussion symptoms, Backlash, no go. Bray Wyatt, opponent to be named later that night. No, they come out on the pay-per-view, and the first thing you see is Bray Wyatt attacking Randy Orton's leg. He puts his leg in between a fucking doorway and a door and starts slamming his door on Randy Orton's leg. That makes everybody fucking look like a bunch of retards. Meanwhile, I just read, Orton's not on the pay-per-view because he got a concussion. What's with the fucking leg? It makes everybody look fucking stupid. The kings of social media can't get the news out there. They gotta go fucking film some stupid fucking angle that makes no sense, right? Instead of giving us the real story and legitimizing even more what Brock Lesnar did at SummerSlam. So, what Brock Lesnar did at SummerSlam, Randy Orton's perfectly fine with it, right? Comes out, still does RKOs, but you're gonna nail him for concussion symptoms and then have him on the pay-per-view in a fucked up, stupid, idiotic, illogical segment where Bray Wyatt's attacking his leg and taking him out of match. Makes zero fucking sense. This is the stupidity that gets me as a fan frustrated with the WWE. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. And I think that's pretty much it, guys. We went about 50 minutes here on this show. I got more news coming all week. Make sure you guys keep it right here on Off the Script. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think about everything from the Orton injury to the Shield coming back to the record low ratings from Monday Night Raw. Everything you guys need. Let me know what you guys think about the WrestleCrate unboxing. And if you're on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, Audio Boom, Google Play Music, make sure you guys find me on those platforms and subscribe and follow, man. You guys are going to get exclusive content each and every Sunday, so make sure you guys tune in to that as well. Patreon, you got the t-shirts on Barbershop Window. Twitter, at JD4MNY206. Subscribe to the channel. WrestleRumble.com. All that stuff, man. Everything you guys need, plus all the videos I did this week, including a new walkthrough, Resident Evil 4, Chapter 1, Part 2, down below in the description, man. I'm JD. I will be back on Saturday. Some of you might see me in St. James, New York for Matt Hardy, Broken Matt Hardy, versus Aaron Rex of TNA at the House of Hardcore show. My uncle lives in St. James. He's 1 hour away. Me and my brother might actually take a trip up there. Tickets are $30. It'd be great to see Broken Matt Hardy in person. If I could get a fucking word with him, a picture with him, something. I want to be a part of the Great War. But this is JD. This is Off the Script. Episode 134, part number 1. I'll be back with part number 2 on Saturday as always. Until then, I'm JD, and I'll see you guys for Off the Script part 2 on Saturday morning. Talk to you then.